Hello everyone, this is Sherry. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well and having a good weekend. I'm coming to you today with a finished journal to do a flip through. This is the first bunny journal that I finished. I'm working on 3 and I worked on them all 3 together, kind of kept them together in the the stage of the process that I was working on them, and then as I finished getting the signatures and the pages together, I put the other 2 to the side and just finished this one. I just felt like that was easier for me to concentrate on this one and concentrate on, the pockets and how many tuck spots and what decorating I wanted to do, things like that. So without delay, this one is the Telltale book. Okay, and these are the little ones, they're not teeny tiny like miniature, but they're not the full size like the little golden books that are full size. So like this one is 5.5 inches wide and about 6.5, well, just over 6 1/4. Well, it is right at 6 1/4, isn't it? 6 1/4 this way, lengthwise. So I've got a little, closure here that's just a wraparound strip of fabric that matches the spine fabric. I had a strip of this left, and that's all I had left. Not this is all I have left. I have a strip about like that, and I ripped this strip off of there or tore it, so it has a nice frayed edge on one side and straight on the other. But yeah, it's a nice long strip of fabric, so it can be wrapped around several times. And I have a little charm in the interest of using my stuff. I hunted for something to hang on this, little tie closure here, and I found this little charm here. Actually, it's kind of a chunky charm. It says "Scatter Sunshine." I thought that would be neat for spring. It's a kind of like what is that, resin, I think, and really kind of vintage looking. And I hung it on here with a ball chain, so it has that nice little charm on there. And so here's the front cover. There was a sticker here. I did get it off, and it was clean. I didn't really have to put anything here, but I wanted to put something here. The cover didn't really need any decoration. It has these cute little bunnies and bunny family or whatever here, and the little, ducks and things. But I wanted to just put something on the cover, so I have a little piece of like doily there and a little silk, kind of a silk ribbon flower. I think these are called ribbon flowers. So, and then there's the fabric with the 3 signatures sewn in. Here's what the back looks like. There was a barcode here, so I put a piece of the fabric, this fabric here, and a piece of that doily like this that I used on the front. I put that, just a little patchwork right there just to cover, it's a cute little decoration and it covers the barcode. So why not, right? Why not cover the barcode? So as we open up, I have a few pieces of ephemera that I forgot to put in right here. So as we flip through, we're going to put these in. Hopefully that's my plan. But let me just let me move this over a tiny bit and get this kind of centered in the frame here. But yeah, so on these Telltale books, I mentioned it before, they usually, and this one, they were perfect. On this one, the inside covers have a pretty picture. It's not just plain. So of course I wasn't going to, alter that in any way. So I just left it so you can see the cute bunnies. And then this is the fabric also that I used on the spine there. And so the first, there's 3 signatures. Each signature is covered, it has a cover of cardstock scrapbook paper, which is double-sided. So you have a pretty cover like for each signature. And this is some of that recent yellow kind of crochet trim that I picked up at Reconsidered Goods. I put some right here. And, it matches the yellow and this little fruit pattern here on this scrapbook paper. And on the other side, I have a little pocket here. And this is that envelope. I think we did this together where I added this pretty trim here. This was tissue paper from Your Creative Studio. The box that just, it was just wrapping the inside goodies. And then this is a fabric bunny that I fussy cut out of fabric that I had received from V, and just put that bunny there. And this was just an old envelope that I found at a thrift store. And it was just like this. It was just this brown, cool. I thought it was really cool. And it was opened here. originally, and I just left it like that as a little pouch and decorated the pouch, and then I put a piece of ephemera in here. So this is just a little recipe card that we decorated this together too. One of the videos where I was working on ephemera for these journals. And this is, you know, a little bunny and some more tissue paper and some more a little crochet trim, and then you have journaling room on the back. So, and you can actually do something back here too if you wanted to, but I just thought that was cool. I love that little envelope. It's just a one-of-a-kind thing that you just randomly find, you know, once at a thrift store. So this was a bag that I had received, paper bag. It had this really cool kind of newspapery article design on it, and I got that when I bought something at an antique store. If I remember right, this is what they put my goodies in when I bought something at an antique store in Tennessee. So yeah, for those of you who live in Tennessee, maybe you got one of these bags too if you went there, but it's the antique, what is it? There's two like antique malls next to each other as we go from here, North Carolina, over into Tennessee. They're on the off the main road there, and we stop there whenever we go that way. And this is their one of the shops has these bags. So on the back here, I had this. I haven't shown you these in my thrifty videos yet, but I picked up these little kind of miniature flashcards. They're so cute. And this piece of red cardstock was sitting here. I think it was sitting on my desk. I don't think it was in my scrap box yet. And so I just put those two pieces together, you know, a random desk ephemera, and made a little tab here to use it up so I wouldn't have to put it in the trash or in my scrap box. And I thought it was a cute little red square, and it matched this card, so why not? Bridge score pad here, page. I like using, you know, different things and a wide variety of things for my pages. This is kind of eclectic, although I tried to stay with kind of a spring and, you know, light colors and bright colors and things like that. But this is wallpaper. This is the wallpaper I got from Wallpaper Direct, I believe, that I showed you, and I got it for free. I got 2 samples for free. Isn't it beautiful? And then on the back of this, I covered it with, because it had a lot of, I think this, you know, most of it had a lot of writing on the back of it, so I covered it with coffee dyed paper to cover the writing up. And then I also put a belly band here. And this is a journaling card. I think we may have made this together on video, but I put that right behind the belly band here. This is, let's see, this is not sewn, but the belly band is sewn around. I did do, you know, some sewing on things in this journal. I'll show you what I sewed on. Let's see, did I sew on? Yeah, I sewed on the trims, like this trim here is sewn on, and the pockets are sewn together, things like that. This trim here is sewn on. This is another piece of trim. This pink one and this yellow one, I also have some, I think I still have some of both in my shop if you were interested. But yeah, this was just really pretty, like fabric trim with lace on both sides. I thought it was so pretty. I sewed some right there just as a decoration. This is some green graph paper, like vintage graph paper. And this is a, I'm trying to think what this was. It just looks like yellow cardstock. Oh, this is probably, is this a card? I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, it's cardstocky. And then this is a flip up, flip down. And I think we made this together on video too, where we used a page from Peter Rabbit book and, you know, lined it up so that when it's closed, you know, the bunny would be together. And when you open it, you know, you have your writing space there. So here's some, this was a recipe, handwritten recipe. And it was on a piece of like note paper long enough to make a page. So I did make a page out of it. This is from a guest book. And this is just some sewing from a sewing pattern book right here. You can see the pattern there, like cross stitch. And so, you know, I made a pocket over here. Oh, I don't, okay, here we go. See, I needed something in this pocket. That reminded me to put these things in here. So that's one thing there. So we'll save the other 2 things maybe for the second and third signature that I needed to put in here. So here's the middle. On all the middles I have, you know, pretty matching kind of like pastel, you know, colorful buttons that match maybe the pages that are around it or something. So, and those are just on there. They can be slipped off if you wanted to use these buttons for something else. I didn't tie a, they were staying on there so nice and tight, you know, because they just, I kind of wrapped it in the holes there, and they're so tight that I didn't feel like I needed a knot at the bottom, but I thought that would also come in handy if someone wanted to take them off and use them somewhere else. So yeah, those don't have knots. This is another random piece of ephemera I found at the thrift store, I think, one day. They're just kind of, you know, I just find this stuff somehow kind of gravitates toward me, I think. But it was a little kind of advertisement, probably from a magazine. And I had some left over in my scrap box, printed ledger, and it's so pretty. And I used a piece here, and I think I glued it and sewed it around the edges here, and I have the strings still on here. You can always cut those off if you don't like that, but it's kind of neat to just have the random strings sometimes. This is just some note paper here, and the other side of that recipe, I guess. Let's see. Is it a pocket? What's happening here? I guess it's just faded. I was like, which is the front, which is the back? But it's just an old recipe that was in a cookbook, you know, that I found. I think that's where I found it. And it's just faded and old, and I just think that's really cool. So here's a tuck spot here. It's a flip-up little tuck spot, decorated with some rickrack and a mushroom. And then this is old Easter kind of postcard. I guess those are some type of lily. And here's the back. I have no idea how old this one is. It doesn't have a date or postage stamp to help me try to figure out the age. But I have said this before that, oh, this says orchids right here. But yeah, I have these postcards that I bought at an antique store, and they're either from the early 1900s, like a lot of them are from the early 1900s, because I can tell because of the stamp and things. And then the other one, a lot of them are like travel postcards, you know, like souvenir postcards, and they look like they're from like the 70s type of postcards. So, but this one looks like it could be pretty old. So I don't know. Oh, this is this page is okay. That's what that was when I said I didn't know what it was, but it's cardstock. This right here, this yellow. This is a divider card from a recipe box. See, it says soups and salads right here, and this is the tab at the top here. So I thought that was pretty cool. Something different to put in as a page. So that's what that yellow page is this is the second half of it in the back of the signature. So yeah, we're on this, you know, the back half of the signature. This is from a vintage, like 70s, I think it was, program from sport, like a high school. That's what that's from, the advertisement in the back of one of those. That wallpaper, and then here is that paper bag. And I sewed on some Monopoly money and a little Tim Holtz flower there as the tab. This is the back cover of the first signature, where I have a pocket, and here's a little booklet that I had made with, it's scrapbook paper, like cardstock. I put some washi on here. It's glued on, so it's not coming off, and then it's sewed around, and inside is where I had decoupaged or Mod Podged Monopoly money, and there was writing on some of that Monopoly money, so that's why I used it myself, because I had Monopoly money in my shop, and it does have some writing on it. Like, see, this one here has a little piece of pen mark on it. That's how I think the ones are in my shop, but I didn't want to sell the ones that have like a all-out scribble on it. So those I used. I didn't want to throw them in the trash, so I kind of tore them up and Mod Podged on here. So if you see writing, like if you get this and you say, oh, there's writing here, that's what that's about. And then this was a piece of scrap, kind of like my tie-dyed paper that I had sitting here. And I didn't want to put too much paper in here because I didn't want to make this bulky, so it wouldn't fit in a pocket or inside the journal. So I just have, you know, a few pieces of paper in here. And this, I think it's really cool tie-dye, what I call my tie-dye paper, because it was from tie-dyeing, and it was from, it was the paper we put under our tie-dye area to catch the spills. And so yeah, so I've been using that in my journals, and so I just wanted to put a few journaling pages in here. It's sewn down the middle and around the edges, if I didn't say that, and it fits nicely in that pocket, and it's not too bulky. since I didn't put too many pages in there. So the beginning of the second signature, pretty paper, and then this is where I have the story from the book. I have the whole story from the book in order here in the second signature. So you see I didn't really do anything to those pages. This was from I think it's, what does that say, 79, this book. So it was, you know, of course, a vintage book. This is a little page from cookbook, maybe? I'm not sure. One of my books. But it's pretty cool, right? And I used one of those little flashcards as a tab here. And I put a little silk, one of those ribbon flowers there on that flashcard. So that's sewn on. And then, you know, the book page. And this is from something else random. This looks like maybe it's from the... It looks like it's from... it has advertisement over here. And I'm not sure. It's from... I have so many vintage books, and I don't think I think I put them mostly away here, which I can't believe I actually did that, but I probably needed to clean up a little bit because, you know, I'm working on other projects too while I work on these. But anyway, one of my vintage books I got this from, and it has advertisements and things. And then here's the story, and then here's a plastic, like a plastic pouch page from a recipe book, and I put it in here as a page. So the first half is here and the second half is on the back half of the signature. But in here I have a recipe card, and I just made it a page so that you can use this for journaling, and you can also use it to put pictures or whatever you want to put in that pocket. It's sewn in just like a page. Here's a piece of Edith Holden. This is actually from a record jacket, you know, the paper that was on the outside of a record. And I thought this particular one was pretty cool, so I cut it up and made pages out of it. So, yeah, right here's the Everly Brothers, and I don't see if I recognize any of the other Everly Brothers. I don't know who the others are, but anyway, I thought it was really cool, and I made a page out of it. And then this book. Okay, so for this, I wanted to put this little bridge tally card in here. So I'm going to clip it right here with this paper clip. This is some of my vintage sheet that I made. I used some of the scraps from those and made some paper clips, so that's what that's from. I think those are so pretty to do that with, the vintage sheets. That's so we're on the back half. Let me see. No, we're not on the back half. This is another page from the record. That's what it is. Another page from the record. And then this is a receipt where it has 2 layers here. So you've got a pink, this is the pink layer, and this is the front, you know, layer with all the lines, and you have pink paper back here. Here on this page I have paper clipped an envelope. So here's a little cute little kind of swirly little paper clip that's holding it on. And then this is an envelope that I made. I think this was a Roxy Creations Challenge project here where we made a few of these together on video. And so this is the one that opens up. You can put something in here. It's an envelope. And you have this bridge tally card here. You can also, or not card, but score sheet that you can write on front and back. And just have some fun with that. It's just a cute little decorated. This is a page from Velveteen Rabbit. Here's the other side is plain, so you can decorate that. Or you can glue it down somewhere if you wanted to. I just chose to go ahead and put it here, so that someone could do what they wanted to with it, you know what I mean? So it's just paper clipped on here. All right. Next, let's see. So we're on the back half now. This was where, oh, I just paper clipped 2 pages together. Hold on. Hold on. I just paper clipped 2 pages together. Okay, because this is the center here where I have the buttons. Just a second, let me get this on here. I just, okay, you know how it is on video. Okay, we have to fumble sometimes. Okay, so here's the buttons that are in the middle of this signature. I got a little yellow one and a very light pink one, pastel pink. And then this is the back half, so we'll go a little faster here, flipping through, because I didn't put too many pockets in this signature because of the pages from the book. And then you know, there's Edith Holden, and here's the recipe, you know, plastic pocket. They both open at the top, so that, you know, comes out. And you can do something with that. And then, so this is the rest of that middle or second signature. This page flips out, and I have sewn on here as the tab a little Uncle Wiggily playing card that has a bunny on it. So cute, right? Those are like miniature, so I thought those were fun. And then that's the rest of the second signature. So now you've got the third signature. I've got this little bunny charm still to put in here somewhere. We made those together on a video. So first cover of the signature here, I've got a little Peeps. I don't think I made these on video, did I? I don't think I did. I made some, one of my friends sent me some of these Peeps playing cards. And they're so cute, aren't they? It says Peeps on this side, and I like this one has the bunny peep, and the back here is the chick peep. And then I put some of my tie-dye paper in there. It's sewn down the middle, and I left the strings. And then I put a piece of the tie-dye paper on the outside too, just to make the hinge to hold the two, you know, playing cards together. So that was in this pocket here. This is Ledger, and I talked about this when I first started working on this journal, where I worked on the pages. And this Ledger had this receipt already stapled on it when I got it, so I left it there as, you know, I mean, you could unstaple it and take it out, or you can leave it there as a little journaling spot, right? You can journal under there and have some secret personal journaling under there. And this was written on some of those pages, or a lot of them, so I think it's really nice, neat handwriting too, so I think that's cool. This is from an herb kind of book that I picked up at the thrift store, and it had some really pretty pages like this. So I put one of those in here. This page here, and on the back is a pocket that was made out of a fussy cut bunnies from one of my, you know, bunny books. And in the pocket is a nice journaling card here. Got a strip of pearls there on the bottom. And then we've got a page from one of my flower books, a little flower book, or this isn't actually from an orchid book that I have, a little vintage orchid book. And this is onion skin paper here, just for that. Oh, this is not onion skin paper. This is that other kind of, I think, I got this from Maria, and she said it was, I think she called it logarithmic paper. That's pretty cool. And it has like, it looks like graph, kind of like a graph paper. And then, okay, let's put a bunny right here. This little bunny that I was talking about. Little bunny charm that I need to put in here. So I'm going to kind of clip him. I've got a bulb pin on him. And I'm going to see if I can kind of clip him right here into this fabric ribbon. And he will be a charm right here. If I can get him on here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the little eraser that I had picked up, little bunny erasers that I had picked up at Dollar Tree and made little charms. I had put this little, you know, screw pin thingy in his head, and then he made him into a charm, and then I just hung him on a bulb pin. So isn't that adorable? And that's that purple trim too. I had picked up that purple fabric trim or lavender that I had picked up at Reconsidered Goods, and that is in my shop too. I think I have some left in there. I didn't have a lot of it, but I did share some of it, and I'm using some of it too. So let's see, we're not on the back half yet. So this is some more just random, you know, my vintage papers and books and things. And then this is a bunny card. On the back of that I have a tuck spot with a flip up, and this is a piece of journaling spot. We made this together on my, let's see, this was a, where I was showing you some of my thrifty goodies, and this was a new rubber stamp I had picked up, and I used it right there on that paper. And this is from one of my bunny books. Here's the middle. On this one, the strings were kind of long, so I tied a bow. So that's just another thing you can do with your strings. And there are buttons on there too. So got my allergies going here. I need to just take a little allergy break here. Get my tissue. Okay, so let's see. We're on the back half of the second signature. This is the back half of the card that I showed you, the bunny card. And then just the random papers. This is cool because there's a lot of numbers on it. And then, but these are pages like from my bunny books where you see the text Those are for my Velveteen Rabbit book. And then the orchid. Here's another belly band here, the one that goes across this way. It's sewn on the page and sewn around the belly band. And in here we did this together on video too, where I decorated this little post-it. It's the three-fold or tri-fold little cards that you can mail and write a letter in. But it's now a journaling spot with a pretty little bunny on it in the vegetable garden, right? That's Peter Rabbit himself, probably. Thought that was cute. And then the rest of this signature, some of that pretty cool ledger paper. Here I made a tuck spot out of one of those little mini flashcards, some Monopoly money here. It's sewn down the side here and right here. It's all sewn on. Little silk flower, and then this is just a nice little tag here. It's got a little key charm on it. So that's just tucked back there. And then this page here has a side pocket with a couple pieces of fun ephemera left over from one of my, this is from leftover from one of my Tsunami Rose design team projects. And she just has the coolest ephemera in her digital kits. So that was some extra that I had. And then here's the back page. I did sew around the spine here, so you'll see that right here, where I sewed around the spine. The fabric is kind of sewn on and glued on, but it looks so nice here as into a transition of this back, bunny scene here. And that is it. So you've seen it all. So I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this. And, you all, if you watch my channel, I have a bunch of these books that I really would like to make a bunch of these, but, this is the first of hopefully many. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time with whatever next video I have. So thank you for watching today, and I hope you're all having a great day, and happy crafting.